How's it looking? Okay, that looks better. Um, I don't know why 3D Mark doesn't want to install. Ah, as the internet gave a little. Alright, I haven't dropped frames yet at least. 3.5.net. I thought that's packaged. I've never had issues with installing it just through the 3D Mark installer. Let me copy it over onto the local disk just in case there's some sort of issue with that. Minutes. Okay, so what other streamers are there? Yeah, Jay's 2 cents. He killed stuff on Dice because he didn't know what the fuck he was doing. He's not a great YouTuber otherwise, but I still have to say the more people out there are aware that LN2 exists, the better. So I still don't mind him doing LN2 streaming. Let him kill stuff. I don't care. Who else is out there? Gamers Nexus on their own doing LN2 streaming. I haven't watched them too much, uh, but they seem to be competent enough. Oh, streaming in Spanish. Yeah, that would be nice. What's up with this internet? Don't know half the terms in Spanish. Nice. Alright, 30 seconds to go. Yeah, Nacho Arroyo was mostly like active in the sort of Ivy era of benching. From what I can see, there's a lot of. I mean, I think he's still Argentina's number one just because of all of his old results, but he hasn't really been benching much. Yeah, let's just install .NET just on its own. Oh, this might be better actually. Okay, let me scroll back. So unsolicited, you asked about the Windows versions for superposition. I have no idea. I just know Windows 10 scores better than 7. But which version of Windows 10? Yeah, that's a little bit harder to determine. Well, it's probably not hard to determine, but some more dropped frames. Shit. Z77 OCF. Yes, Samza. I've got two. Okay, that install did succeed. So now let's try to install 3D Mark. Yes. For whatever reason, I had to install that manually instead of having 3D Mark detect that it was missing. Alright, I've dropped my stream quality way down, but I'm not happy with this internet. It's the middle of the day. Usually evenings are worst. Okay, let me just catch up with the chat a little bit more. Degunzi, I know this is a little bit further back in the chat, but the file directory is corrupted. What the hell? Okay, let's just try installing in the default path in case that was the issue. I don't know what Degunzi, I don't know what you meant with finding the right GTL voltage. Unsolicited, yeah, I do bench over. Okay, let's. This whole thing is just ominous. I'm just going to copy over an entirely new, fresh copy of 3D Mark. From my NAS, not from the internet, just in case someone was wondering. But thanks for that link. That does seem to be the right link. I'll download that later. So I have a RAID, what is it, a RAID 5 NAS? Where I put lots of stuff, but also my overclocking stuff. So while this is going on, let's give W Prime a go, shall we? Need to have LAN enabled for benching? I don't think so. I've never had to have LAN enabled for benching. Why do you say that, GTI? Or Mike? So I would expect that we can go, because it's such a short bench, I would expect we can go to 1.6 possibly for volts. Let's go 1.575 and 49 at least. Let's just minimize. Okay, that passed. Let's just do another run. No. Okay, maybe I should explain my setup a little bit. No, Samza, I'll go above 4.9. I'm just saying that that's the volts that where we would be thermally limited, roughly. Okay. I have a NAS that's connected via LAN to my streaming PC and the laptop in front of me. So I do this a 3 computer setup basically. There's the benching rig, which is completely disconnected. There's a streaming rig with 2 big screens in front of me on monitor arms that I basically just use for the stream and for browsing stuff to show on the stream. So I keep that quite clean, doesn't do anything else, and to connect all the cameras and everything. And then I have a laptop in front of me to hold up the face cam and to just use for like copying files onto USBs, imaging stuff, so I don't have to reach down to the USB port of the streaming rig, which is below my desk. So you get me? So like I basically do all the active stuff that I need to do on my laptop, and I watch the stream chat and stuff, and I have an easy reach of USB. So I basically copy stuff from the NAS via wired network through my laptop onto like USB sticks and stuff. I don't ever connect this benching rig to network. I feel so dirty doing that. That's like a big faux pas. But anyway, let's go for a 5.0 run. But I realize not everyone can do a 3 PC setup. I think that 2 is minimum. You can't really stream on the same rig you're benching. That's insane because it gets rebooted so much. But I think 2 is doable. Now, ooh. Okay, let's just save this result just to have a result. I know it's not great, but I don't have a score up yet, so oh, I don't have a screenshotting utility here. Well, that's really embarrassing, and I don't have it on the stick either. Great. Let's go old school then and use the snipping tool. So it's a 6.045. Oh, 6.045. And now let's go to 1.6 volts just to make sure the score doesn't get worse or whatever. So here we see real volts, that's always nice. Soft OC, oh god, that would be terrible. Oh wow, more volts equals better score. You heard it here first, guys, more volts equals better score. Yeah, I mean, Samza, if you didn't care about how competitive, how efficient your scores are, and you really, really, really wanted to just soft OC, like never reboot and stuff, then yeah, I suppose it would be possible. But I don't have my capture utility yet. But my 3D Mark copied over successfully, so eject. What is it again? Ice Storm regular, isn't it? So let's copy the unextracted 3D Mark over, and so there's less of an issue with degrading, like corrupting the archive. So now we've got our capture utility. It's gonna minimize this crap, and here we go. Our first sub 6 seconds W prime. File transfer is done already, I think. Seems to be. Okay, let's kick off this goddamn install. hell? Change the oh, it doesn't show up in okay. Let's wait for that. So, let's try and go back again and catch up. So superposition I answered, OC formula I answered. Yeah, so unsolicited about different architectures. It's as much for the viewer as it is for me. So I own a lot of hardware because I really like benching older stuff. Not too old. I'm pretty unfamiliar with DDR2 and DDR1 and SDR. But I do it, yeah, I do it because nobody else does it. I do it because I enjoy it, and I do it because I think the viewer enjoys it. And so often I see this with Stepanzi, um, some other streamers where it's always the latest and greatest. And I find that a bit boring. I think that you should, bench dual channel, triple channel, quad channel RAM, bench DDR3, DDR4, bench 2D and 3D. Otherwise, it gets boring, at least for me as a streamer. Never mind for the viewer. Yeah, Dinos's old streams were amazing. But he's retired now. He lives in Sydney too, and I know him personally, and yeah, he's done for good. He's not he's not gonna stream anymore. He's not gonna OC in any like great way anymore. He's done, and he works for Intel now. I like to keep my benching OSs tidy. Okay, so I'll be back just like the Terminator. What the hell is going on? Okay, let's try the default location because that may have been the issue the last time. Would people enjoy Core 2 Duos being tortured? Yeah, I think they would. Okay, Windows installers stopped. Well, that's a rookie mistake. Let's try that again. Man, who would have thought installing 3D Mac is this hard? Yeah, I think pretty any kind of OC stream would work. Man. Okay. Let's find another bench for now. I'll download a new copy of 3D Mark. So what can we bench on this OS? That would make sense. Maybe a little bit of GPU Pi. Yeah, let's do 3.3. Just need to, let's try the new OpenCL. So this one gives huge gains on Skylake and stuff, and Haswell as well, I think. Let's see if it does anything on Ivy. Download is telling me 15 minutes, so it shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, do stream benching. I would encourage anybody to start to stream benching because, like I said, there's not enough people doing it. Why is it so slow? It's literally installing everything. Okay. Let's see if that works. Yeah, the green guy is my mascot. Um, so, okay, let's let's tell the story of the green guy. I'll have to kick off these manually. This is just, I don't know who made this install all script, but it doesn't work as intended. So yeah, I went to Roswell, New Mexico, which is known as. I'm not a ufologist or any like a conspiracy. I think your OS is broken. Yeah, thanks. I don't have enough RAM. I don't have maximum set though. I do have 4 gigs of RAM. It definitely installs. It definitely installs properly, and I don't think the OS is broken because so that installed okay. It I put a lot of time into getting this working the last couple of days to get all the OS utility, OC utilities working and all that kind of stuff. Okay, let's see here. Let's complete this thing, and see if we can run GPU Pi again. Which one was it again? Okay, let's go from new to old. Oh man, or maybe the USB stick could be on the way out actually. Uh, we can try. What we can try is. I kind of wanted a bench that was like slow. I only have the legacy version. To be honest, that's probably the version I want. Okay, that one runs. 5G should be possible. Let's just give it a run at like just default settings. Yeah, something like this. Okay. Next idea is to disable hardware info. And I'm going to start a timer so in case it hangs, I don't wait around for it forever. Ooh. I think the batch size might be too big, so let's go like 128. Come on, batch 1. Yeah, it seems to be... Oh, for God's sake. Okay, what did I run last time? Go. 20M64. That sounds good. Let's try that. Weird. Let's try 3.1. Right? My other score is on 3.4, so I should be able to improve it potentially with the new SDK and the new GPU Pi version. Okay, so this one's definitely missing the VC runtime. What was it? 2012 is installed. 2013. Nah, we're not having much luck, are we? 7 minutes left on the 3D Mac download. Maybe I need to find the non-legacy version of GPU Pi quickly. 3.2. That is my last hope, though. At least that's a quick download. And I'm gonna copy it over zipped, and clearly that's not gonna corrupt the bench or any bullshit like that. Yeah, Phenom GPU Pi. I haven't worked it out. I really want to do 3-core and 5-core results on Phenom, but even on Ambient, I haven't been able to figure out. A lot of the time, I can't get it running. When I can get it running, it's dog slow. So I don't know what's going on with that. Okay, fine, folks. This is gonna work. Well, it's not even recognizing the USB stick. That's always a good sign. There we go. Maybe I should install chipset drivers. That's one of the few things that I could try. Come on, you can copy over. It's okay. Yeah, there we go. Ah, man. I kind of feel like giving up now. I have one more thing I can try. Eject, please. Okay. So this is my older run. You can look at that while I'm copying around fucking files like an idiot. I wonder when the first overclocking live stream will end up on livestreamingfails.com. It'll happen eventually. So there's this utility called all-in-one VC runtime. I'm just giving that a try. It says it needs to reboot for some reason. Alright. So this one was on a Z77 UD5H. A board that actually died under SS. I didn't insulate properly, so that was a bit tragic. Yeah, so the runs are, yeah, Mike, the runs are really long as well. That's always an issue. So, okay, so this utility will let me reinstall all the runtimes. Installer is started. Take a little while. So, let's see what's on the front page currently while that's happening. So Ale ran his 7350K for those juicy globals. He's 9th. And he's running Geekbench on... this is not allowed, is it? Geekbench on server 2012? This score should be pulled. Sorry to say, but I don't think this is legal. Installer is completed. Let's give it a go. Yes! Sweet. The sweet smell of success. So we have our runtimes now. Let's just clock up a bit. Not too much. Let's do like a 4.8 run. Let's start it off gently. Do you guys run real-time mode for GPU Pi actually? That's what people always recommend it to me, but I don't know if it really works on most platforms. Let's just make a new profile. We're actually overclocking, guys, after about a half an hour hiatus with various issues. So I did a 20M 64, so let's do a 20M 64. And the timer is started. This is a 4.9 gigahertz run. And let's have a look at how long the first batch should take. 18-second batch or so, but it'll be slower, of course. We're at 17 seconds, 19 seconds, 20. Ooh. Oh, that's slow. Okay, so 26-second batch 1. That seems slow. That seems very slow. So maybe AMD SDK is still faster for this. Yeah, I mean a 26-second batch 1 is pretty insane. Yeah, okay. Gotta quit that. And let's get that other SDK installed quickly. as I'm struggling to try and find it. Yeah, I know that AMD SDK is usually fastest for 1B on Intel, um, but on certain architectures now, the new Intel SDK is actually the fastest. But Ivy seems to be too old for that, so fair enough. La 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 la. Install wherever. I don't give a fuck. Just get me benching, please. Okay, let's do the same thing again. Let's check for first batch. So what's up with these registry keys? I haven't heard of that tweak before, actually. Samza, no. Usually enabling services can be done on the fly. Okay. Okay, so this efficiency is fine now. It's in line with what I had. Okay, so Nacho, yeah, by the way, Dagunzi capture cards are pretty cheap. You can get a USB one, but it all depends on how good it is at switching resolutions. The thing about capture cards is a lot of them are not really, their strong suit isn't really switching resolutions, which you do a lot in benching because you've got to go down in resolution for a lot of the older 3D benches. Sometimes you have to go up in resolutions like Firestrike Ultra or Time Spy Extreme. You've got to go way down in resolution for bias, and previous capture cards I had weren't that great at that. Oh, Mike, you met Nacho? Yeah, Samza, I'm Facebook friends with Nacho. I know he still does benching and he maintains a YouTube channel, I think. Um, and like I said, he's still number one in Argentina, but he just doesn't do like as much LN2 benching anymore. And yeah, 980, 980X, he has some strong Ivy results. Since we're currently looking at Ivy, may as well. So yeah, let's look at some of those strong results we're talking about. So up until really, really recently, when Lumi got an insane 980X, he actually had the frequency record for Gulftown. So here, this result from Nacho from 2011 was the world record, and only a couple of weeks ago, maybe even less than 2 weeks ago, yeah, in August, Lumi got a better result. So that's, yeah. Let's just go to his profile while we're waiting for this run to finish. So yeah, 3930K. He has a W Prime Gold. Um, he's got a 6600K gold. Oh. Just keeping an eye on my Process Explorer, well, my Task Manager. 930, strong result there. Yeah, you're right, 980X he has a lot, but I remember him for example, his 3770K Super Pi. Oh, that was the wrong link. To get sub 5 minutes on Ivy is really, really strong. So I'm guessing cold RAM as well. No, Sammy's. Interesting. On this exact board that I have on the bench right now, this board, the exact same board. There was only one OCF for that generation. There was no Z80, Z68 OCF. It was all sort of new. Nice. That's a nice setup. There we go. That's the board. What PSUs are those? Is that Platimax? Oh, it's like a C-Sonic, isn't it? So that's a top 50 score for 3770K is amazing. It's a bit like 4770K. There's just so many results. So what are we talking about here? Non-ES, so retail 6.9-ish. So the core is strong at 1.95. That sounds about right. And he's at 2700 on Sammys. That's decent. Yeah, so that may well be the best Sammy run on ambient, on Ivy. Yeah, okay, so I thought there was more that he's done. He even did Haswell. This is probably towards the end of his benching career. 32M again with the Ramon Ambient. That's quite unusual for Haswell. A 6.5 Haswell is a pretty good chip as well. Okay, while that run is still going on, I'll try and completely catch up with chat. Yeah, most hardware. It's the same in German. When you talk to somebody about overclocking in German, it's usually mostly English words, to be honest. GPU tarjeta de video. PSU fuente de poder. How's my Spanish? Awful, I know. Raid 5 for porn. What? I have... can I show it, actually? No, not that. Yeah, I don't know if I can connect to the NAS from my streaming rig. Doesn't seem like it. But anyway, it's like a 7 terabyte NAS or something. Whatever. About 300 of those gigs are used for overclocking stuff. It's complete overkill, but... Oh, so Z87 MOCF. And it is on PSC. So ambient PSC. If I had, I can tell you that much. If I had a 6.5 gigahertz 4770K, I'd be freezing the RAM for sure. Okay, let's try and catch up with our chat. So yeah, the green guy. I went on a vacation to Roswell, New Mexico, which is the center of the UFO cult, basically. I'm not a member, I'm not like big into that or whatever, but it happened to be on the way to somewhere, so I went there, went to the UFO museum and bought a little green guy, which you can't see at the moment. This little guy, if you can see that, basically the shoulder is glued there. You're supposed to be able to move around the legs and the arms, but I did that a little bit too much with his arm here and it fell off, so I had to glue it, but he's still alive and well. And Yeah, I just I'm not saying it happened a lot, but I did at some points find that some of my validation screenshots were being stolen by people and stuff. I don't know. It's just one way of getting your rig picks like unique. I think we have a hang on batch 19. Uh, oh no, it's actually done. Well, so that was a 9 minute 11 run. It's literally just done. Let's grab that screenshot. I'm not going to save the validation file, I'm just going to grab the screenshot. So my previous run was a 7 minute 55. So yeah, clearly I need to up my game here. Let's try 5.1. Just gotta start my stopwatch again. Ooh. Interesting. Okay, it doesn't seem to like 5.1. Let's try 5. Oof. Yeah, 5.1 definitely isn't going to pass. Let's try 5. Okay, catching up on our chat again. Yeah, so anyway, I don't know why I bought that. I just bought it as a touristy thing, and then it ended up being my streaming mascot. Let's reapply our little profile. Oh, C++ 2015, I missed that. That is probably what actually fixed it. But I wasn't reading chat, so apologies. But thanks for the advice anyway. Yeah, HT60S. Unsolicited, try to go for HT60 Pro. I know it's more expensive, but it's a better capture card. Trust me. Okay, let's go. I forgot to turn off hardware info, right? It is off. Oh, that's weird. Let's try that again. Weird. Ready with the stopwatch. Okay, I already answered the RAM question. Time to re-ghost. I don't like re-ghosting on stream, but yeah. Nice, broke the 20 seconds. Haven't even heard of a Nendoroid. Okay, so apparently this is what Samza's going to use as his streaming mascot. Nice. Okay. Phenom, okay. Sounds like you were better than Miller. Okay, I don't know in what context, just in terms of organizing the stream or something. When is Frozen PSC with G3258? Yeah, I do have the current world record G3258 from Dino, and I do want to run Cold Ram with it, but it's not gonna happen next LN2 delivery, I reckon. But I will do it. Oh, better at pronouncing Spanish stuff. Um, yeah, so my download is done. So while this bench is running, I'm gonna just copy over the new version of 3D Mark along with the current future info as well. It's gonna take some time, and while all that is happening, I'm just gonna grab like something to eat. I'm getting quite hungry, but I'm just gonna eat on stream. I don't give a fuck. I want to run this Ice Storm stuff. So yeah, watch this for 2 minutes while I grab something from my fridge. It's still copying, so I didn't miss anything. Chileans are not the best. Well, I used to go out with an Argentinian girl, and she told me that Argentinian Spanish is like a mix of Italian and Spanish. It sounds funny to people. And I mean, Spanish is even worse, so I don't know what the reference Spanish would be, because it seems like none of them speak properly. Maybe Uruguayans or something? Colombia, okay. Oh wow, someone subbed Clarkdale or Linfield. It's always nice seeing old platforms like this on front page. Wow, I didn't realize that 4.9 gigahertz would get you 30 points in W prime on this chip. I've got a few of these to bin. You don't wear pants when you overclock. Hmm. I wonder what if that's just blue screen, by the way. If blue screen means too much volts or too little volts. I mean, 1.575 multi-core is kind of pushing it. Let's try 1.55. I don't know why that hung, but I don't know what kind of blue screen it was. It was late in the run. It was like batch 15 plus. No, I feel better now that I have eaten a little bit of something. Okay, let's just retry all that. Let's do that. Let's also give it a little bit more cold, maybe. I just want to pass at 5G. That's all I want out of this bench. Oh, it hung. No, it's just not going to do it. Okay, let's go straight on to what we actually want to do, which is Ice Storm. But we've got to swap over our display cable, don't we? And just so there's no confusion, I'll have to just pull the GPU as well. So now where's my, maybe you can fit up here. There we go. That's good. Fuck, I have not downloaded display drivers in a long time. Intel ones, I mean. How do you even do it? It's the same website as the chipset drivers, isn't it? So the hiccup with the internet seems to be gone, touch wood. So I'm slowly upping the quality again. Yeah, Lucky Noob does use his mascot. Is it gonna boot? Maybe the let's just we're gonna install tons of stuff, so we may as well just load optimized defaults. The only thing that we have to change, of course, is we need to go IDE mode. This is an IDE mode OS, but and let's just disable some stuff. Okay, this should be a good baseline, and let's go down here. Graphics for 3rd generation Intel for Windows 764. Thanks. Yeah, I'm already downloading it. What's wrong with this OS? Maybe I need to disable secure boot or something? Has it well and truly screwed itself? Alright. As much as I don't like to do this, I will have to restore an OS on stream. I don't feel like I'm left with any other choice, to be honest. Weird, Windows 7 usually doesn't corrupt itself. It's very rare. Like XP, fine, yeah. What's everyone else benching besides Team Cup? Anything exciting? I love to hear what other people are doing with their days. So let me tell you, having SSDs just randomly like strewn around is important. Got one in the system, one restoring right now, and 2 more spare. That's I think 3 or 4 is a good number. You can guard against drive failures. You can guard against all kinds of issues. That's one thing that I keep locally on my laptop is the images that I'm currently using. The other images are on the NAS, but I don't like restoring from NAS, especially for Windows 10. It takes forever. I use Macrium Reflect, by the way. A lot of people like Acronis, but it's a commercial product. It runs out after 30 days or 90 days or whatever. And yeah, Acronis, that's the problem with Acronis. Ghost doesn't support some of the newer OSs, and Macrium is just right. It supports everything. 30% done now. That's not too bad. I'm tempted to pre-overclock the iGPU while I'm waiting for this restore to happen, but I think I should just keep everything at stock, install everything, do a stock run, and then just go wild. Let's, if we can, just have a quick look at the stage. So, let's have a look at the arch enemies, Warp 9, see what they're doing. So they have Haswell graphics, and what are these two? I'm guessing these are Haswell based graphics as well. Yeah, Devil's Canyon. So, oh, there's an Ivy result in here. Overclocked.net with 1 result. Yay. On Cascade though, so that's nice. Tag coming through. What I'd like to know is Has anyone actually overclocked the 3570K? Which doesn't come up in these, does it? So would be a HD graphics 4000, I'm guessing. Alright, our restore is done. Come on, Windows. Why is it hanging there? It's an IDE install. What could possibly cause it to hang there? There's no maximum set. I give it just a little while. Sometimes it can be slow, but cleaning your room, asking yourself why you're still awake at 8 a.m. and setting up UD7 to just do some binning. Nice, UD7, that's the board I have too. I mean, I cleared Windows Boot Manager. That's, hold on. ID. Okay. Secure boot disabled. Maybe what I need to be booting from is the drive directly rather than the boot manager. Some boards are weird about that. Obviously not. This is a working image. I don't know what's going on with it. Let's enable secure boot. Man, what could possibly even be causing that? Maybe the chip is fucked. Maybe I need to give it more volts. Maybe it's degraded at stock volts now. The sticks could be degraded actually. No, there's no maximum. This is an image of the OS that I was using earlier, just imaged earlier. So it's specifically for this board. No maximum, IDE mode. I don't know what's going on. I'm tempted to throw my other chip under there. Okay, let's just go with AHCI just for shits and giggles. I don't know why an IDE Windows 7 would work under AHCI, but stranger things have happened. We should be seeing a green screen here, or blue screen here. Maybe I should be launching startup repair. Maybe that's the way of way to do things. Okay, let's see what happens here. This never works, but it's therapeutic to try anyway. ASCII win 7 images. I don't know what that means, but okay. At least the internet is back to being fully functional. AHCI. Yeah, if you don't need to push, if you're not using an old platform and you don't need to push BCLK, it's probably the better way. I tell you what, I'm just gonna put the GPU back in and see if that solves the issue. Gotta switch the bias to well, it should auto detect now. Let's give it a clear. Started a fire, nice. Okay, I'm literally only gonna do the absolute minimum here. I'm gonna switch to IDE mode. That should, to be fair, that should switch, turn off secure boot as well. Oh, hi, Keep Hayden. Good morning. So I thought you were in the US. I thought it was, or in Europe. That's what good morning would suggest. Okay, normal startup, and if this now starts, 2 a.m. Yeah, so it was the GPU thing. So what I need to do is, well, first of all, I can swap back to the OS I was just using, and then maybe I need to run like a DDU or something. Yeah, so it's GPU related. Okay, we're all good here. So Keep Hayden, I'm just trying to get a Ice Storm working on Ivy iGPU, but when I switched from dedicated GPU to iGPU, my Windows wouldn't boot anymore. So I'm just gonna give it a run of DDU, I guess. But no, I think I should do the DDU first. Learned something new today. I didn't think swapping GPUs would ever cause your Windows 7 to stop booting like that. Yeah, it's only showing up as standard VGA adapter, but maybe maybe it'll help anyway. Certainly won't do any harm. How's your Threadripper benching going? Keep hating. What a bitch of a series. So if my theory is correct, I should be able to switch to iGPU now. Yeah, the 1000 series is not for the faint of heart. Oh, well that's not going to be right. Yay, there we go. All it needed was a DDU. Okay, so now, first things first, Intel display driver. Which is this thing. Hello. I really should get in the habit of installing those chipset drivers to make USB quicker. Something's happening. Intel's a legendary driver quality coming through here. Okay, let's just copy it over like we usually do. Oh. You're determined. What RAM are you running on that platform? How far am I through all the chips? Okay. Okay, G-Skill B-Die, but that doesn't really narrow it down. Is it Trident Z or what is it? So, just in case people are not aware, I usually post on Instagram. This is my Insta. And this is a picture I put up of every chip I could easily find that was relevant to Dogpile. So X265. I did leave out the LGA 775 single cores and dual cores because that would have made the picture ridiculous. But this is 775 quad cores and up, and every DDR3 platform I own except FM1 and I don't know if the LGA 1156 chips are in there. Okay, so the graphics drivers have installed, but my mouse doesn't move now for some reason. Oh, just a little hitch. Okay. GPU-Z render test first, and then installing iStorm, and then doing a stock run. If the USB gets discovered. Trident Z RGB, okay. Okay guys, we're getting places. It's even showing frequency. Uh, yeah, I have that somewhere here. 3333 on which chip? Okay, well it's a bit choppy, but it's running, so that's good. And we gotta copy over 3D Mark and delete the old one. All of your second gen, okay. Um, on first gen, on what board are you using? Are you still using the Alpha? Or sorry, the Zenith Extreme? Yeah, that didn't clock memory very well for me. I have a Taichi MATX and it did validation, it did quad channel 4000 CL12, and I think benchable it did mostly 3866 CL12. I can look up some scores. Um, yeah, this is getting up there. This was on the 32 core, so it did whatever that is. I'm bad at math. 3600. Um, that chip was worse for IMC though than some of the other chips I had. I'm trying to remember what else I ran on there. 1950X maybe? Yeah, so this was the frequency validation that I did. Another internet hiccup there. So yeah, that board doesn't have BCLK, but I was able to do the 4000 strap. Oof. Internet. Okay, hopefully the internet has recovered. It's getting quite cold. Just going to close my balcony door. No maximum on deep BDI. That is kind of noobish. Sorry, but man, these internet drops are brutal. I don't know what people in my neighborhood are doing, but it's a shame. while we're waiting for that file copy. This is going to be one of my next few projects. 1, 2. I don't know how I can. I'm gonna like fan them out like a card or something, like a literal like playing card. Here's 3 of these. They're quite heavy. They're solid copper blocks. But I actually have 5, I think. Let's see if I can find the other 2. So this is a modded one without the heatsink. It's just got core mods. If Miller's still on the stream, he's probably not going to be very impressed. Oh, what's wrong with this camera? So, if anyone knows Papa Ramiro, the legendary ambient and chiller overclocker, 3D overclocker, this is one of his cards that I bought from him. Got your mods up here, 1, 2, and oh yes, the install is actually working this time. This is this card came from Matt26 LFC unmodded. So here we've got everything. You know, we've got the modded. Oh yes, install actually worked. We've got, you know, the 2 cores, obviously, the Crossfire chip or PLX chip, whatever it's called. We've got our V-Core VRM up here and another one over here. So then obviously, considering it's just a 3-phase or whatever it is, it's important to have your passive cooling up here. And it's got this like gunk all over it. I don't know if you can see that, but it's got like some sort of dielectric grease all over it. And then here we have the unmolested version. So I've 5 of these cards to bin through. One I know is probably pretty decent because it's modded by Papa. Papa wouldn't mod something if it wasn't a good bin. So let's actually run this goddamn. Let's run this goddamn bench. But first, how can I do this without? I'm gonna go in small view and I'm gonna enter my key. That's actually my key that I pay for myself. You didn't see that? Okay, that's more like it. Are we sure this is a full distributable? I've never seen this before. Why are the DLCs not in there? Far out. Fucking hell. Um, is there some way I can just like point 3D Mark to that DLC and install it? Putting my time spy key in won't work, will it? Okay, I'm going back to the old distributable. Clearly this is not working. Just gotta uninstall that. Yes, I am the victim of counterfeiting, clearly. Yeah, I was used to be pretty seriously into Threadripper, but then I realized it wasn't a great benching platform except for those niche globals. Um, so yeah, this is what I put up on my Insta earlier on. Spot the differences. What's different about these two boards? Come on, file copy. You can do it. I'm looking forward to benching this iGPU though. .45 seconds to go. This time it's gonna install. I'm pretty sure. It's gotta. So someone subbed a 2 FPS score in this dogpile stage. Oh, just as the copy finishes, of course. Maybe we're actually like running out of space or something. think at this point I'm pretty much ready to run whatever bench I can on this iGPU. Man, people run the oddest things on. Yeah, I think this is the one. Could have just opened GPU-Z. So why does no one ever run superposition? There's actually no GPU Pi results, which is really interesting. But the installer is looking a bit like it's gonna work. Yeah, it's installing DLCs and stuff. I mean, 23 gigs should be enough space. Yeah, the next gen Threadripper will come out soon. Keep in. It's not even using up that much space at the moment. Okay, so here are is there DirectX 12 support? I'd actually like to run GPU Pi on this thing. I mean, 32B will be absolutely brutal, but 1B could be interesting. Rumored 3 chipsets. I haven't kept up with that. What's the deal there? So 3 different chipsets for 3 different price points or something, or what's the deal? Come on, installer. At least you know it's working when it takes this long. Okay, so the workstation chipset, I guess, will have even more PCIe lanes. I don't know what the bottom two would do, though. I mean, why there's this differentiation between the two. Only, only up to 32 cores. Okay, I mean, it's smart, considering Intel doesn't have anything. It makes sense. Like AMD in the last few launches, that's what they've been doing is just milking it, you know? 92%. I'm getting excited here. What's the driver display panels even like? Can I tweak anything here? What about LOD? Can I apply LOD in here? I want 60 hertz, damn it. So the launcher sometimes gets hung here, but you just kill Java and you retry and it should work the second time around. At least that's how I remember it. Yeah, there we go. Please show me tests to run now. Yes. Fuck. Okay, how long has it taken now? Finally a bench. It is indeed all happening, guys. This is Ice Storm. The rumor mill is usually right. I mean, yeah, most of the time, rumors are at least somewhat true. So, and now there's a physics test, isn't there? Okay, we have a score. 53k. So obviously Max here is on the same iGPU, but he's overclocked and he's at 83k. So I'm not a million miles away, guys. Because of I gotta eat something, but I also don't know what's causing these internet drops. I've been live for a few hours now. I hope you don't mind if I just drop off. Thanks all of you for coming. I didn't expect this many people. This is an off time for me to stream. Like I said, you can keep up with me on various social media platforms. Yeah. Subscribe if you feel like it. It is September. Subs are 50% off until the end of the month. I'm subbing this. Hopefully it'll help the team a little bit in Team Cup. But I'll keep overclocking. Well, I haven't started overclocking yet, but now that I have an OS, I'll keep at it, and you'll see on the bot um, what final score I'll come up with. Hopefully it'll be kind of competitive. But thanks for watching, and until next Friday, I guess.